great dear friends, lovers of freedom all over the world, you're welcome back. Another drama played today in court. You'll recall that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's requests to be transferred to Abuja to pursue for his appeal was rejected today in court, in Federal High Court. Nnamdi Kanu prison transfer request still as court demand response from federal government. Another drama. Well, whatever is happening right now, it's not gonna be a new thing to me because all these things, like I said before, it has been planned, and them refusing to transfer or to remove Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Sokoto to Abuja or to a place where he will pursue his appeal. If this refusal or the rejection from the federal government is what they plan to do, they made up their mind to send Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto Correctional Center because of all this. They want to punish him. They want to make things difficult for him. So that is what is happening right now. So if people are expecting that they will change it overnight and transfer him or remove him from Sokoto prison, I think it must be dreaming. So all these things is what they plan to do, and it's playing out right now. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday refused to grant an ex parte motion filed by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of a proscribed indigenous people of they always call IPOB proscribed. Only the zoo government, terrorist government, that proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization. Terrorist government calling a freedom organization a terrorist. Can you imagine that? It's only in Nigeria those kind of things happen. The court held that the federal government and the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, must be notified and allowed to respond before any decision is made. Kanu, convicted on terrorism charges, is seeking an order compelling the complainant, the federal government, and or the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, to transfer him from the Sokoto Correctional Facilities to a custodial center within the jurisdiction of this court. Alternatively, he asks to be moved to a facility nearer the court, such as the Suleja or Kafi custodial center, to enable him to pursue his rights of appeal. Omotosho ruled that Kanu's request, presented by Demadu Ashan of the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria, LOSCON, could not be determined through an ex parte application. When the case was called, Hassan appeared before Kanu and moved the motion, which contained two prayers. James Omotosho noted that the first relief sought an order compelling the federal government and NSCOS to transfer Kanu. He questioned whether such a request could be made ex parte, since it required action from the respondents. Hassan argued that the first relief should be struck out. The judge then asked whether the prosecution and the NCOS where Kanu is held should be served within the application. You are from the Legal Aid Council. Do you think this application should be granted ex parte, considering that the judgment was delivered when both parties were presented? One of the respondents in this correctional service can order directing them to transfer the convicts be made without hearing them? Shouldn't the application come by motion or notice? The judge asked. Hassan argued that the respondent needed to be heard. My lord, the respondent have the right to be heard. The court then directed that they be put on the notice, he said. So you agree the respondent must be heard and that the application cannot be taken away. The judge asked, "Yes, my lord," Hassan replied. "You will apply that you will We will apply that the complainant and other parties be put on notice." James Omotosho struck out the first relief and ordered that the prosecution and the NCOS be served so they can respond. A law school student will know that this application cannot be granted ex parte, the judge said. Hassan explained that he was on a leave when he was instructed to appear. The judge also questioned the notice of appeal filed by Nnamdi Kanu, noting it was submitted before the November 20th judgment. "Counsel, do you have your notice of appeal?" he asked. Hassan said he was only briefed to appear. The judge directed the registrar to show him the notice of appeal in court file. After reading it, the judge asked, "This notice of appeal is dated what?" "It is dated on 10th November, my lord, before the judgment," Hassan replied. James Omotosho heard that, based on the November 20th judgment, no valid notice of appeal was before the court. Hassan said they would take in the necessary steps to correct this. This case was adjourned to January 27, 2026 to allow the applicant to serve the parties and for the motion to be heard. James Omotosho had earlier fixed December 4th for the hearing the ex parte motion after declaring to hear Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Prince Emmanuel, who attempted to appear for him despite not being a lawyer. This matter was adjourned to enable Kanu to engage a lawyer. So you see what they are playing at. All these things is beginning to tire me. This is a way of frustrating Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And all these things now that is playing out, all this that is happening right now is what they plan to do. Frustration upon frustration. I'm trying to, make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to bow down by all means. All these things they are doing right now. I mean, this is something, if you're not strong, you will bow down, you will surrender. Because what is happening right now is clear evidence of, trying to frustrate someone when you are fighting for just cause and fighting for your right. They are making it difficult for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to fight for his right. And they're also making it difficult for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case to be heard and his appeal as well. One, sending him to a correctional prison in faraway Nigeria, Sokoto, is number one evidence to frustrate him, because they would have sent him where, if he wants to file his appeal, it will be more easier for him to do that. Now, he's not in court. They will be sending someone to appeal for him and all that, and they will be rejecting it. Now they're waiting for federal government to sign or to agree before now they will look into it to transfer. So they have adjourned the case again to January 27, 2026. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We don't have anything. Leave your comment. Let's know what you think about this. Bye.